Imagine if you knew which countries would be the most important in the world in 2024. Are you ready to find out which countries are overflowing with people and how that's changing the world? Check out this shocking list of the 10 countries with the most people to see if your guesses were right. Number 10. Mexico. With a population of around 130 million people in the year 2024, Mexico is the 10th and last country on the list of the most populous countries. There is a relatively high birth rate in the country, which is driving the steady growth of the population, which is also being pushed by improvements in healthcare. With strong ties to both the United States and Latin America, Mexico is able to maintain its position as a significant economic power in North America thanks to its enormous population to sustain this role. On the other hand, the nation is confronted with difficulties that are associated with poverty, inequality, and organized crime. In order for Mexico to fully capitalize on the potential of its rising population, it will be completely necessary for the country to address these concerns. Number 9. Russia. With a population of approximately 143 million people, Russia, which is the largest country in the world in terms of land area, becomes the 9th most populous country in the year 2024. Emigration, low birth rates, and high mortality rates are all contributing factors in Russia's population decline, which is in contrast to the situation in other countries on this list. In an effort to encourage greater birth rates, the government has established policies. Nevertheless, the impact of these policies has been limited. While Russia's population is decreasing, the country's enormous geography presents obstacles for the development of the economy and the maintenance of its infrastructure. Notwithstanding these obstacles, Russia continues to be a significant player on the international stage as a result of its natural riches, military might, and geopolitical influence. Number 8. Bangladesh. Bangladesh is the 7th most populous country in the world, with a population of around 170 million people in the year 2024, despite the fact that it is a relatively tiny country geographically. There are a number of serious issues that are brought about by the high population density of the country, including overpopulation, limited resources, and environmental damage. On the other hand, Bangladesh has made amazing progress over the past few decades, particularly in areas such as healthcare, education, and economic growth. The focus of the government on sustainable development and the reduction of poverty will be essential in order to effectively manage the issues that come with having a large population in a relatively small country. Number 7. Brazil. With a population of approximately 216 million people in the year 2024, Brazil is the 5th most populous country in the world. A combination of factors, including falling fertility rates and an older population, has caused Brazil's population growth to slow down in recent years. Brazil is the largest country in South America. Despite these developments, Brazil continues to be a regional powerhouse with a society that is rich in diversity and vitality. However, despite the fact that the country's enormous population helps to maintain its position as an economic powerhouse in Latin America, the country continues to face issues such as income disparity, political instability, and environmental concerns. In order for Brazil to continue to enjoy prosperity and influence, it will be essential for the country to be able to handle these concerns. Number 6. Nigeria. In the year 2024, the population of Nigeria, which is the most populous country in Africa, is roughly 230 million residents. A significant number of young people and a high fertility rate are two factors that contribute to the rapid growth of the country. It is anticipated that Nigeria would continue its population growth, and by the year 2050, it may conceivably become the 3rd most populous country in the world. Despite the fact that this growth creates chances for economic expansion, Nigeria is confronted with enormous obstacles such as poverty, unemployment, and political instability. In order for Nigeria to fully capitalize on the potential of its enormous population and proper sustainable development, it would be necessary for the country to address these concerns. Number 5. Pakistan. In the year 2024, it is anticipated that Pakistan would have a population of over 240 million people, which would place it as the 5th most populous nation on the planet. The country's quick expansion can be attributed to the high fertility rate and the young population that it possesses. On the other hand, Pakistan is confronted with a number of serious issues such as political instability, economic difficulties, and poor infrastructure. The capacity of the government to create economic opportunities, educational possibilities, and healthcare services for the country's expanding population will be an essential factor in defining the future course of the nation. Despite these obstacles, Pakistan is able to exert a significant amount of influence in South Asia and abroad due to its strategic position and big population. Number 4. Indonesia. Approximately 290 million people will be living in Indonesia in the year 2024, making it the 4th most populous country in the world. Indonesia is the largest archipelago in the world. The vast number of young people in the country and the comparatively high fertility rates are both contributing factors to the country's population expansion. Indonesia, which has the largest economy in Southeast Asia, is undergoing tremendous urbanization and economic development, despite the fact that it continues to struggle with poverty and regional inequality. In order to maintain growth and effectively manage the issues that come with a big population, it is essential for the government to place a strong emphasis on enhancing both education and infrastructure. Number 3. United States of America. With a population of around 340 million people in 2024, the United States of America continues to hold the position of the third most populous country. The United States of America is experiencing a steady increase in its population, which can be attributed to immigration and a relatively high birth rate in comparison to other affluent nations. A substantial number of immigrants and people of different ethnic groups have made major contributions to the country's population, which is marked by its variety. Because of this diversity, the nation's cultural wealth, economic power, and innovative capacity are all being fueled. As the United States population continues to grow, the country is confronted with a number of difficulties, including those concerning immigration policy, healthcare, and social inequality. Number 2. China. China is currently experiencing a period of population decline despite the fact that it has been the most populous country in the world for several decades. In 2024, it is anticipated that China's population would be approximately 1.41 billion, which is a modest decrease from its highest point. The country's policy of allowing only one child per family, which had been in place for more than 3 decades before it was modified in 2016, has had a long-lasting influence on the rate of population increase. A shift in population demographics is being caused by factors such as low birth rates and an aging population, which raises concerns about the future labor force and the economic viability of the economy. China, on the other hand, continues to be a worldwide superpower, and its gigantic population continues to be the driving force behind its economy and its influence on the international scene. Number 1. India. With a population that is greater than 1.43 billion, India has officially surpassed China as the number 1 most populous country in the world in the year 2024. There are a number of factors that have contributed to India's rapid growth, including its young population, high birth rates, and increasing healthcare systems. Both opportunities and problems are presented by the demographic dividend that the country is experiencing. The government faces the issue of providing appropriate infrastructure, education, and employment opportunities for its enormous population, despite the fact that a large and young workforce can be a primary driver of economic growth. In the realms of global politics, economy, and culture, India's society, which is always evolving and diverse, continues to play an important role. The 10 countries with the most people in the world in 2024 are very different from one another. Some, like India and Nigeria, are seeing their populations grow quickly, while others, like Russia and China, are seeing their populations fall. These changes in population will have big effects on the future of these countries and the world as a whole. Going forward, it will be important for governments, businesses, and individuals to adapt to these new demographics and work together to deal with the problems and opportunities that come with population growth. The things we do today will have lasting effects on the world for generations to come, whether we make policies to help families invest in education and infrastructure or try to attract immigrants. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest insights and countdowns from around the world.